Hi guys, thanks for joining me and thanks for subscribing. And if you haven't yet, make sure you do, because I'm gonna have a lot of updates and things happening in Orlando when we go for our honeymoon at the end of October. So this video is to talk about your best tips and tricks if you're going to Halloween Horror Nights, which I hope you are because it's so much fun. So we've been going almost 5 years now. Is this our fifth year? I think. And it never disappoints. It's always a fantastic time. Last year, if you haven't gone, it was like an 80s theme and stuff. So I have my Van Halen, what is it called? Classic shirt going on, retro shirt. And I wore this last year at Horror Nights just to kind of get in the feel and the vibe of things. It was a lot of fun. So so let's dive right into it, and I'm going to start at the most important thing and work my way down. I'm not going to lead up to it. I'm not going to tease you guys. I'm just going to jump right into it. So the number one thing, and I always tell everybody this, is get yourself an express pass. It's $90 per person, totally worth the money. Save for it, budget for it, whatever you got to do. But make sure you get it. Oh my gosh. If you see these lines on any given day during the week, the weekend's even worse, 2+ hours for an individual house. Obviously, the more popular the house, like Stranger Things was the big one last year. I'm sure it's going to be the big one this year. And that was always at least 2 hours. Now, if you have an express pass, you jump kind of ahead of the line. I feel bad for the people that didn't get it, but and we hit every single house on a busy night with Express Pass. It's only good for one night. If you are going multiple nights, you can get more than one Express Pass for each night. But what we did, and we're going to do again this year, is we had 2 nights because there was a promotion going on. You buy one, get one free right when Horror Nights started selling tickets, so we got that. And what we did was the first night we got express passes, and we hit every single house that night. Of course, we went through the scare zones too, but we were focused on the houses because we had the express passes. So the second time we went, I wanted to kind of go and stay around the scare zones a little more, see some of the merchandise, kind of just take in, slow down, and take everything in. Because the night before we were like, go, each house, go. If there was a line that was not that long on the second night, we went in the house again. We had a few in the beginning of the night that weren't too busy, so we jumped in line for it. But if it's a busy night, I would skip the house because I did it with my Express Pass. So that's just my number one tip, is get the Express Pass. Number 2, I have my little notes over here. So stay in, if you have a day pass at the park and you have Horror Nights that night. I got 2 cats like meowing and yelling at me here. If you have a day pass at the park and Horror Nights pass that night, you can go in what they call the Stay and Scream. Basically, they rope off areas of the park where they corral people that have Horror Nights tickets. So let's say like the park closes at 5. They start setting up Stay and Screams around 4-ish. And what they'll do is at 5 o'clock when the park closes, if you're in the Stay and Scream area and you have your Horror Nights ticket, you show them the ticket. You stay in the Stay and Scream areas. I think there's 4 or 5 of them. The one we like the best is up by Finnegan's, which is this Irish restaurant in the New York area. And we loved going there because we'll sit down and have dinner. Mind you, the restaurant's gonna be packed, so if you plan on eating there, maybe you want to get there a little earlier. And because what they'll do is, let me back up a second. They corral you into the Stay and Scream area. You have your Horror Nights ticket. It's like, say it's 4 o'clock. You go in there, you stay in there. They'll have like beer carts and stuff for you to eat in the different scare zone, Stay and Scream zones. So 5 o'clock comes, park shuts down. They kick everyone out that doesn't have a Horror Night pass, and once they get everybody out of the park, they start setting up for Horror Nights. You'll start seeing them bringing out props and like decorations and whatnot, getting ready. At 6 o'clock, maybe sometimes a little earlier, they let the Stay and Scream people out first, before all the people at the front gate that didn't get into Stay and Scream, that have Horror Nights tickets, but they can't come in until the gates open after 6 o'clock. So sometimes you get kind of like first dibs on the houses, you know, you're right there already. So that's always a bonus. So the different Stay and Scream areas are, and I think they're the same this year, I have to double check. The Finnegan's area, like I was saying. There's a Miss Hello Kitty area right when you first come into the park. I think the Today Show Cafe is in that area too now. So that area, there's one in the back by the Simpsons. There used to be one I heard in Gringotts, but I don't, or Diagon Alley, but I don't think there is anymore. That area is open during Stay and Scream or during Horror Nights, so you can go in there. Certain rides are open during Horror Nights, so you can get on Rip Ride, you can get on Gringotts, Men in Black, a few other ones that you can ride while in the park. So if you want to take a break from all the scary stuff, go over to Gringotts, go over to Men in Black. So there are rides still open, so that's good. So yeah, Stay and Scream, big plus. You get, you know, kind of head start on everybody else. You're already in the park. Why not, right? Again, that's only if you have a day pass already during the same night that you're going to Horror Nights. So remember, Horror Nights tickets, Universal Studios daytime tickets, 2 totally separate admissions. So just remember that. All right, so my third tip, take your time, drink a lot of water. Even at night, it's surprisingly still very hot, most times anyway. I remember we were waiting in line for one of the houses, and I'm just standing there, and literally like sweat is dripping off of me. It was disgusting. So, you know, there's beer carts and beer areas everywhere. It's, you know, you're like me and my husband, of course we're gonna have a couple beers too, right? But you gotta be careful. You want to keep drinking water in between those beers and not get dehydrated, because you are sweating a lot, even like I said, just standing in line. So be careful with that. Like I said, take your time, take in everything, the scare zones. Oh my gosh, the Killer Clown Scare Zone was my favorite, and I heard it was a lot of other people's favorites last year. I literally just kind of hung out in that area a couple times. I filmed a lot of the interactions with the clowns of other people. And the funny thing was not so much that, was the interactions with each of the clowns with each other. It was funny. And then there was this one video I saw, this clown, there was I guess an ATM machine in that scare zone. That was an actual ATM machine. And he's just staring at it, like he was staring at a wall, and he was just standing there for like a few minutes just staring at it and pushing buttons. They were great. I don't know, these actors that play these characters are hysterical. And Killer Clowns is supposed to be scary. Obviously they're clowns that are killing people, but they were funny too. So I can't wait to see their house this year. I'm guessing it's going to be their big spaceship tent. If you haven't seen the movie, it's ridiculous, but get caught up on all the houses or scare zones. If you haven't seen the movies, definitely check it out. The 2 movies we still have to see is Us and House of a Thousand Corpses. I saw House of a Thousand Corpses years ago. My husband hasn't, but so we're gonna watch it again, because I don't remember. I remember bits and pieces, and that it was very gory, so, and scary. But so yeah, everything else we've seen. So yeah, take your time, drink lots of water, take in the sights, enjoy yourself. You spend a lot of money on these tickets, so have a great time. I mean, that's a given, right? So another tip, and I'm not sure if I agree with this one, but some people, when Horror Nights opens, whether you're at a Stay and Scream zone or you're coming in from the front gate, obviously people are going to go to those houses that are closest to them in the front of the park. Obviously there's like 1, 2, 3, possibly 4 houses right when you first come in. So in that area where Rip Ride Rockit is, where Jimmy Fallon is, all that area. Some people suggest going to the back of the park and making your way forward. So the back of the park, no one's really hit those yet. So make your way back there, hit those houses first. They're not going to be as long of a line. Then make your way forward. Now the only thing I disagree about that is the houses in the front are going to be even longer lines then by the time you make your way up there. So kind of gauge it, I guess. I've done always front of the park houses first, and then make my way to the back. It's just because you're right there, so it's like and you're so excited. You're like, oh my god, I want to go to this house. I want to go in this house. So you're like, all right, well, we just hit all the houses in the front of the park, and now we're gonna make our way to the back. So it's up to you whichever way you feel is best for you. Definitely do. So my fifth one? Yes, my 5th tip is definitely eat first. Eat before you either get into the park or during one of the if you're going to the Stay and Scream where Finnegan's is, eat there. But definitely get the dinner out of the way because you want to enjoy your time in Horror Nights. Don't have to want to stop and eat and waste time doing that, and then you're missing out and things are happening. But you definitely eat no matter what. Gotta eat because you are burning a ton of calories because you are walking a lot. Another tip, which I didn't write down, I just thought of: wear comfortable shoes because I don't care. I swear to God, I get sneakers every year before I go to these things thinking it's going to be the most comfortable shoe, and my feet end up killing me at the end of the night. I mean, we must walk. I have a Fitbit, and I swear it was 15,000, 20,000 steps, like, in a night. It's because you're constantly just kind of going and going and going. And so that's why I say definitely eat because you're going to get hungry. You're burning up a lot of calories and you're, using a lot of energy, even though you don't think you are. So always eat first. Get it out of the way so you can enjoy the night and go see things. Of course, you're going to snack along the way. I mean, who doesn't want pizza fries or twisted taters? Hello, I do. So even if it's a small dinner or an appetizer, like we ate out at City Walk the second night and then went into the park. So, yeah, and we just kind of split some appetizers. We didn't get anything big or anything like that. But, we got it out of the way and we can just kind of dive right into the park, into the scare zones and houses and not have to worry about you stopping to eat. So that's just a tip, a suggestion. Number 6, and this is a good one. If you're staying on property, it's a huge bonus. Because if you are not doing the Stay and Scream, you have your own side entrance, and I think this entrance pertains to during the day too. So you'll see an abundance of people at the main gate, like waiting to get into Horror Nights. It's just packed. Well, if you go to the right of the main gate, there's if you're staying on property, there's a guest entrance, I guess it's called. And you can go in that way. Now, I don't know if they let you in a little earlier. I can't remember if they did. I think we went in after the gates opened anyways. Be curious to find out though, because maybe if you're a guest, they can kind of squeeze you in a little early. So yeah, that's a bonus. If you're staying on property, definitely do that. And number 7, if you don't want the scare, now I don't know if this is true. I don't think it worked for me. If you don't want the scare actors to come up to you, like especially in the scare zones, and like follow you or bother you or anything like that. I heard that, okay, don't look at them in the eye because then they're going to come right up to you. Well, I didn't look them in the eye, and I was like a magnet for these guys all night long. And even my husband was walking behind me. He's like, what is going on? They're like all like, coming up to you. And I was like, I don't know. I'm not even looking at them. I was filming. Maybe that's why, because I was filming the vlog. But Yeah, it was funny. I'm like, oh my God. And some of them would come up behind me. Oh my God, I wasn't even looking at them. And they would come up behind me. It's fun. I mean, it's fun. But if you get scared easily, try that. Just don't. I'm not saying look at the ground the entire night, but, you know, just try not to make eye contact. Maybe it'll work for you. I don't know. Didn't work for me. And then head to the scare zones more than once. I mean, like I said, I must have gone to the Killer Clowns one, I don't know how many times. And I just would like sit over on the, or stand over on the side and just watch them. You know, first, of course, I would walk through, and then I would kind of, you know, stand over at the side and watch them scare other people. It's a lot of fun. And the Simpsons area last year, there was all the chainsaw guys, and we sat and took a break, and we were in the dark, and they didn't bother us, so we were watching them scare other people with the chainsaws and chasing people around. It was pretty funny. So, what else? This is more of a rule than a tip, and this should be a given to anybody out there. Never ever touch the scare actors. Don't be aggressive with them. I mean, they're just doing a job. They're there to scare you. That's their job. Don't freak out. You know, if you are prone to not liking being scared, this is definitely not something for you. It is scary. It's fun. Especially if you like being scared, it's totally fun. But if you are very jumpish and very jittery and don't like being scared, don't like dark places, don't go. You know, it's not for you. You're gonna freak out, and it's not gonna be fun for you or anybody you're with. So that's just a takeaway. Another like pet peeve that I've seen is people using the flashlight on their phones going through the houses. Every house is dark. It's supposed to be dark. There's jump scares everywhere. The scare actors don't want a flashlight in their face, and it takes away the fun for everybody around you. They want to be in the dark. They don't want to have to deal with your flashlight. Scare, you know, and it's just not the way it's supposed to go. It's not cool at all. Don't take flash pictures of the scare actors. You're not supposed to video or take pictures in the houses anyways. That's a rule. Even on the scare zones, don't use flash photography. I mean, taking pictures is one thing, but don't use flash photography in a scare zone. Again, they're supposed to be dark, and I know you want your picture, but maybe go when it's a little lighter out when it first starts and take your pictures then and get them out of the way. And then, you know, you don't have to worry about the picture being too dark. That's just annoying to the scare actor, annoying to people around you. And it's just, you know, it takes the fun out of it for everybody. And by the way, if you do touch a scare actor, and I don't mean by accidentally bumping into them, accidents happen, but if you like push them or punch them or whatever, you will get kicked out. Universal takes that very seriously, and you know, just don't. They don't touch you. Don't worry about that. They are not allowed to touch you. You are not allowed to touch them. So just don't do that. And yeah. So I am going to put, as far as the houses and the scare zones and the names, I'm sure you've seen other videos about that. I'm not going to go through that. But I'd like to know, like, what are you looking forward to? I think the house I'm looking forward to most is not only Killer Clowns, obviously Stranger Things again, and because they have the Starcourt Mall, I guess, in the house, one of the houses, or in the Stranger Things house. That's what I heard, part of the mall or something. So I can't wait to see that. And I read on Universal's website they have a Starcourt food court as part of one of the tented food areas out in the park. So that'd be cool to see what kind of like 80s foods they're gonna have. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Stranger Things, looking forward to Killer Clowns, looking forward to Ghostbusters, Rob Zombie House, Rob Zombie Scare Zone. Yeah, I think those are the ones I'm most interested in and really looking forward to. I cannot wait for Horror Nights. We're doing this for our honeymoon. This is what we want to do. This is what we love to do. We love to do it every year. If there's any questions you guys have about Horror Nights, it's your first time going, post it below and I'll answer your question. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be a blast. You're going to have so much fun. I can't wait to hear your comments of how you liked it. It starts this week, September 6th, and runs through to November 2nd. That's the longest period of time they've extended Horror Nights this year. So it's going to be plenty of time to go. We're going actually the very end of October, so I'm hoping it'll be a little cooler, maybe, possibly. So yeah, we are excited. We're going for 2 nights, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a great time, have a great weekend, and stay tuned because I'll be posting more videos on our experiences when we go and our travel, and I'll probably do like a pack with me before we go video on how, you know, what I packed when we go to Florida. And yeah, if there's any other videos you guys like to see too about my trip, please post it below, and definitely subscribe and tell your friends. And anybody that's interested in Florida trips, Disney World, Food and Wine, Horror Nights, Universal, all those things, I'm here for you guys, so let me know. All right, I'll talk to you later.